Hi guys, and welcome to Escape Wheel Watch Reviews. My name is Steve, and today we're going to be reviewing the J&G Academic, which goes live on Kickstarter next month, April 2023. And I received this watch from Gary and James. They sent this watch over for me for free. I get to keep the watch if I want to. I can also swap it out, but I think I'll just stick to this one. I think I like it a lot. So huge thank you goes out to them. That's not going to sway my review one way or the other. And as always, if by the end of this review you find yourself wanting to pick one of these up, I'm going to leave all the available links down in the video description. I don't have the link for the Kickstarter yet. That's not quite live, but I'll be leaving their, I'll be leaving Gary's channel, obviously, and some other links that I'm going to mention throughout this review down there, as well as James's Instagram account. So, you can find all the information you need from there. And then when I do get the Kickstarter link, I'll be leaving that down below too. So, head down to that video description. It'll have everything you need. Hopefully that'll get populated pretty soon. A little history about J&G. So, the J in J&G is for James. James is a scientist, a watch lover, and a pretty darn good designer, in my opinion. G is for Gary. He's the guy we all know and love from the I Like Watches channel on YouTube. Again, I'll be leaving their social stuff down below. Go check them out if you don't know them. This is their second watch. They released the J&G Exciton 2, which was a successful Kickstarter campaign back in, I think, about a year from now, about a year ago. That one is successful. They shipped the watches. Everything turned out right. And I've heard nothing but good things about that watch. So you've got a lot to like here. And then this watch, the actual manufacturing of the watch and shipping of the watch is all handled by the guys behind Chronos, as far as I know, the guys behind Chronos. So, I've always enjoyed my Chronos watches. They make a great product, and I can definitely see why they chose them. And there's not much to dislike about this watch. I will mention quickly, this is a prototype. A couple things on the watch are changing. Those drilled lugs, they're going away. I'm okay with that. This is not shipped on a bracelet, and the straps do come with quick release. And then that B in buy right there, it's going to be lowercase. That's really the only difference that you're going to see. I think this is pretty much the final product, and it's a really good one. So the Kickstarter price, I'm going to be listing it right here on the right-hand side. It's £300 for the flat dials and £320 for the sunburst dials. You can see the conversions there to US dollars. I think it's a pretty solid price for what you're getting. So what are you getting? You're getting a stainless steel case, a AR-coated sapphire crystal. You're getting a push-pull crown, a screwed-in case back. I believe it's 30 meters of water resistance. Miyota 9039 high-beat automatic movement. And you are getting a very nice leather strap from Vario. One of my favorite leather straps is a Vario strap. So these straps are really nice. We'll talk about them in a little bit. And then it also comes in this. I believe this is the final packaging, except the J&G logo is going to be a little bit smaller, but a very nice travel pouch. It smells really, really good. It looks really good. It functions good. It's a great little package, a little added bonus for you. Pretty happy with that. As for color options, you have 10 different color options. So I'm going to leave a link down below. That's Gary's video showing off all the different colors. I think they all look great. They do look really, really good. Lots of bright color options, lots of muted and kind of traditional ones. So you should have plenty of options to choose from. And then they all come on kind of a color matched strap, I believe. So just keep that in mind when you're going to look at these things. There's a ton of options. So good luck choosing one. So, 300 to 320 pounds. It's not a cheap watch, but I think, you're getting a really nice package here. It's an original design, and I think it is excellent. Very, very happy with this watch. So I say we get right into this full review. All right, so let's get into the dimensions. 38 millimeter diameter. Thickness is 9.9 millimeters. 20 millimeter lug width. Overall lug to lug is 46.1 millimeters. And on the supplied leather strap, it weighs 64 grams. So I think the size is just about perfect. That 38 millimeter dress watch, under 10 millimeters thick, nice curve down to the lugs. I think it's a great size. 20 millimeter lug width, so you got tons of strap options. It's a great size. I've got zero complaints about it, and I think it wears really well. So I'm going to go outside right now and throw it on my wrist for you. Here we are on my 7.5-inch wrist, and as you can see, I mean, this 38mm size is just perfect. Absolutely love it. It wears great. It's nice and low profile there. Good curvature to the wrist. It hugs it nicely. It's a very comfortable watch, and I think it looks great. You know, you got just enough brushed and polished surfaces to make it really sparkle, but also, you know, not be a fingerprint magnet. So, yeah, I think it looks really, really good. And here we are in some direct sunlight, and as you can see, still very legible. You know, every once in a while you get in a situation where it's hard to read this one, but that's just the nature of gray dials in my opinion. But you can see there, really nice, strong sunburst. I think it looks fantastic. And yeah, I mean, it's just a very comfortable watch, and I think it looks really good. They did a good job with this one. And as much as I like the strap, I think it would look good on some other ones. So I say we go throw it on some straps, and we'll get back to the review. And here we are on another vario strap. This is just a tan vintage one. I think it looks absolutely stunning on this color. Yeah, really happy with the way this one turned out, which is no surprise. This strap usually looks good on pretty much everything. So yeah, it does look really good though. And here we are on a vintage leather strap. This one's from AliExpress. The link will be down below. I think that looks great. It's black, kind of has some tan stitching to it, and I think it looks really, really good. What do you guys think of that one? And this is a dress watch, so we've got to try it on that Milanese, right? And again, I think it looks really good. It's proving to be quite the strap monster. I'm going to go throw it on some pass-through straps, which usually don't look great on these watches, but we'll give it a shot and see what it looks like. And here we are on a black Perlon strap. So one layer underneath the watch there still sits nice and low to the wrist. Again, very nice and comfortable. And I think that's great. These straps are linked down below. They just give a nice way to, you know, have a nice lightweight, comfortable option with a little bit of texture. So I always liked them, and they come in a bunch of different colors too. So you're bound to find one that'll look good, and this one looked good. And if you really want to go casual with this watch, here it is on a nylon strap, dark blue, and I think it actually looks pretty decent. And not bad, and you know, it still sits nice and low to the wrist, so yeah, it's still a very comfortable combination, and I actually don't hate it. So I definitely think some of the other watches the other straps look better, but yeah, this one's not bad. All right, let's go back inside and let's get back to this review. Okay, so let's talk about the case finishing on this thing. And case finishing is done really nicely. You can see you have a fully polished bezel on this thing. Really nice polishing. I've seen no issues with the polishing on this thing. Nice and smooth. Yeah, brushing on the tops of the lugs here. Really nicely done. Brushing on the sides as well. You got some interesting sculpting going on there. And I think it all looks really good. Again, nice turn down. Those drilled lugs you see there, they're going away, so it'll be even more clean when you get it. Flipping it over to the crown side here, you have a signed crown there, nice and grippy. Got no problems with the crown, looks pretty good. And then you've got these really nice polished chamfers on the sides of the case here, and I mean, they just look really good, nice and crisp. I'm getting up real close here. I don't see any imperfections in those chamfers. I think they look really good. So very happy with that. Flipping it over to the case back here, you have a screwed in case back, so you got screws. It doesn't actually screw into the case. Display case back, I believe that's sapphire. We'll test it here in just a second. Fully polished case back. I believe these are going to be individually numbered. At least that's what that makes me think. And then you have designed by JF there. I see no issues with it. Even the bottom of the lugs, they're really nicely brushed, unnecessarily nicely brushed. But everything is rounded off nicely. It's a very comfortable watch to wear. I like it. I think they did a really good job on the case. There you can see a nice case profile there. I think it looks really good. And popped off the bracelet here, so you can see the finishing in between the lugs here. And you notice there's going to be two spring bar holes. The lower ones here are for like thicker straps or pass-through straps, so just keep that in mind. Most of the time you're going to be on the upper hole there, but I think, you know, having that option is really nice, and again, unnecessary but very nice. So yeah, pretty happy with the options on this thing, and pretty happy overall with the case finishing. All right, so let's talk about the crystal on this thing. First thing we'll do is test it for sapphire. Positive for sapphire on the front, and positive for sapphire on the back. So it's nice that we have sapphire on both front and back of the case. Very happy with that. It is a flat piece of sapphire crystal. It protrudes just ever so slightly from the bezel, as you can see there. But yeah, it's a fine crystal. I've got no issues with it. Clear and a reflective coating. I think it keeps the dial clean enough. I've got no issues with the crystal at all. Right, so let's talk about the dial on this thing. And the dial, I absolutely love this dial. It's a very strong sunburst gray silver dial. Looks excellent. Very happy with it. Like I mentioned, it comes in 10 different colors. So, black, white, and pink, I believe. They're a matte dial. They have no sunburst, but they look incredible. And then you have all the other colors. Those are all sunburst. They're all just as strong a sunburst as this one is. I think they all look really, really good. You have a mixture of printed and applied on the dial. So you have a printed minute track around the outside. You have your J&G logo and then academic there. Everything looks good. I like the fonts they chose. And then the applied indices. You have a mixture of batons and then Roman numerals at the 12, 3, 6, and 9. I think it's a really cool combination. I think they look very nicely done. I mean, getting up real close, you can see just how crisp they are. Very happy with that. They look excellent. The handset that they chose, as you can see here, reaching right out to that minute track, that second hand sweeping along nicely. Very cool with the big old counterbalance. I think the handset they chose is excellent. It is fully polished, faceted on the edges as well, so you never really lose sight of it. Yeah, it looks awesome. Very, again, very crisp. That's what I just keep saying. It's just crisp. I love that kind of arrowhead on the second hand there sweeping around. I think it looks really good. Yeah, they did a very nice job with the dial. There's no lume on it, so we don't have to worry about that. But it's a really nice dial. I love the grain texture of that sunburst. I think it looks excellent, and it looks even better out in the sun, in my opinion. So, yeah, very happy with the dial on this thing. All right, so let's talk about the movement in this thing. So the movement, it is the Miyota 9039. So that is a high beat automatic movement, 28,800 beats per hour. It hacks, it hand winds, it does everything you need it to do. It is super accurate. Here's how mine is running. So 5 seconds a day with a solid beat error. I am not complaining at all. Yeah, very happy with that. The movement is operated by this 3 o'clock push-pull crown here. So this first position that it's in, that is your hand winding. Nice smooth hand winding. Pull it out to the second position. It hacks the movement, so there is no date complications. No ghost date you have to worry about, which is, again, just awesome. And then this is where you set your time. Everything feels really good. Through this display case back, everything looks really good. The 9039, the 9000 series movements in general, they have a little bit of decoration, as you can see on them. They're great movements. I've had them in, probably 4 or 5 watches now, and they all run very accurate. I've got no issues with the movement in this thing. I think it's a great option for them. It also helps keep that, that thickness down, under 10 millimeters. So really happy with that. All right, so let's talk about the straps on these things. So again, these are Vario straps. Vario is one of my favorite strap makers out there. They make an excellent vintage leather strap. Quick release spring bars, as you can see there. They taper from 20 millimeters down to 16 millimeters. They're a good size for me. I think if you go, it can probably go up to an 8-inch wrist, but probably down to like a 6-inch wrist or so. So yeah, plenty of options there. I love the texture. I love the sheen of this, or lack of sheen on this. It's not a very shiny strap, so it's not super dressy, so it kind of keeps it a little bit more casual, but you have some nice, contrasting stitching there. One floating keeper, one stationary keeper, a signed Vario buckle. It's not a fancy buckle or anything like that, but it's unoffensive, fully polished. But again, these straps, they're just super comfortable to wear, nice and thin. I think they look great. They're perfect for this style of watch. I love them. I've got no problems with them. Absolutely zero issues with them. And I believe you're going to have an option possibly of choosing some different strap colors. So just keep that in mind. If not, though, you can pick these up on the Vario site. I'll be leaving that down below in the video description as well. And yeah, I think you're going to be really happy with the strap on this thing. So there you go, guys. That is the J&G Academic, coming to Kickstarter next month, April. I will be leaving all the information down below in the video description. Go check them out. It's an excellent watch. It looks really, really good. I am very impressed with it. I'm happy that I get to keep this one. It is really, really nice. I'm very happy with it. You get super nice straps on it, nice crisp dial. Those dial colors are excellent. Nice thin case dress watch. And the guys behind it, Gary and James, they have been amazing. Absolutely amazing. You know, Gary helped me out with my channel when I was, getting under attack by the troll. And James, he and I have been chatting on and off for a while on Instagram. And I mean, they're both just really good guys. They love watches. So they set out and they made one. Actually, they've made two. And I think they did an excellent job, and I can't wait to see what they come up with next. So go check them out down in the video description. But yeah, I think that's it for me, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.